guys, back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Myself, Keith Simons and Cian Menton here today. We're going to review Sligo and Derry City in the Cup and preview the Cup semi-finals on Sunday. Now, just before we get into it, Cian, like JP FAI obviously is a friend of ours and he's appeared in the show quite a few times. He's suffering at the moment from COVID, so look, we hope that he keeps well. And I was talking to him today, and he's as well as he can be, Cian. You've spoken to him as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I spoke to him the other day and obviously heard the news. Not great. You know, it's unfortunate, but this is the world we're living in at the minute, and we just need to protect ourselves. We just don't know, and my heart goes out to him, and hopefully him and his family are okay, and we can hopefully move on from this in 2 weeks' time or 3 weeks, whenever he recovers fully, and when all this is over, get up and talk to him and see him like we used to, because that's what it's all about. But look, we'll be in touch with him, I've no doubt. We'll be keeping him company, and if he's well enough, we'll get him on to even have a chat one of the days and see how he is, because it's horrible news to hear. But look, we would just wish him well. That's all we can do.
Absolutely, Cian. And unfortunately for him, we can't help him out with the result the other day, because finished Sligo Rovers 0, Derry City 0, and Sligo won 3-1 on penalties.
The game itself was a little bit, like what you'd expect in a quarterfinal. There's a lot of stake here. It was cagey enough, but there was no real quality in the game. Like, there was no moments that you just went, wow, like these were great, or that was a lovely piece. There was no real passages of play that really got you off your seat. Mainly, I think the chances came from defensive mistakes or not switching on, or like, no team really deserved to win it in the 90 in any way. I think the
finishing though, Cian, wasn't the best. Like, Coughlin was through at one point. It was a tame enough finish, and even Walter Figaro, when he came on substitute, was a tame enough finish. So the quality of the finishing, I don't think, was great, to be fair, was it?
No, and now as well, I think there were a lot of half chances. But that's when you need a striker. That's when you need a man to put the ball in the net. And I think, look, Sligo have Coughlin up front. I think Derry kind of don't have anyone as such that you'd put your house on.
Start Akintunde, for example, but Walter.
But like, Akintunde, would he play for anyone else in the league? I don't know. I really don't think so. I really don't, and that's an issue, obviously. But it's one that they'll address. But I think, even Coughlin, I think he's more of a more rounded player. He's more of a number 10 running in behind, going through the channels. You know what I mean?
Frustrating about him, Cian, his all-round game is very good, but he just doesn't score enough goals.
That's what I'm saying.
He could add to that. He'd be excellent, though.
But he doesn't even have to add to that. They just need to get someone in that can put the ball in the net. Like, Coughlin is going to create chances. Junior is going to create chances. So if you got a striker, let Coughlin do exactly what he's doing. Or even a centre attacking midfielder that just runs for the penalty spot every time. I know it sounds stupid, but what I'm saying is that I think that's what Sligo need. They don't need a man that's going to score 20 goals. I think obviously you take him. I think everyone in the league would take him. But what I'm saying is, they have Coughlin, they have Junior, they have even David Cawley pulling the strings in the middle. They have some quality. Noon is another player that I think is when he's on the ball, the Vries, they've quality all over the pitch. They don't need a 20 goal a season striker. They just need somebody that's going to put one in every 3 or 4 chances away. I personally think. Look, I think
Derry are very similar, Cian.
Yeah. No, Hamill, I don't know. Anytime we see Hamill, he hits the post. I really do. Any game you see him, he just rockets one off the post. But I think Derry are way off. I think Sligo are closer. But and saying that Derry aren't far off Sligo. But at the same time, Sligo are miles ahead. So it's mad the way you say when you look at it that way.
Small details.
Like small details, but it really adds up. Like if two of Sligo's players play for Derry, all of a sudden the tables are torn. But I thought that what I'm just at the saying there is that they're feeding into the game. It was cagey. No teams really took the half chances they had. I think the best chance of the game was Coughlin off Gear, like the two you said. But in saying that, after you got two best chances, you're not creating an awful lot. It was a game of defences. It was a game of who's going to slip up first. And in fairness, nobody slipped up. Like, I know, well, obviously, we look at the penalties now, and I was literally watching them look down my hand. Oh, look, honestly, it was like something out of Benny Hill, wasn't it? You could just put the Benny Hill music on for the whole thing. Funniest thing with the penalties, though, funniest thing.
The Sligo. They seem to be worse and worse, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I was like the Benny Hill, you know, the music on, especially when Figueroa goes in his arse. No, I shouldn't be saying it, but now I have to say, I found it funny when the Sligo players ran up to McGinty. And McGinty actually looked at him like, I didn't do it. I just pissed myself laughing at that. It was honestly, I think the penalty showed the game itself. The penalty showed exactly what the game was. People not taking their chances, not clinical enough. Look, I tell you now, I probably wouldn't have the balls to take a penalty like that. I really wouldn't. I'd be the first one to say it. Like, if there was
Junior's penalty, be cocky.
I don't know. No, I'd say cocky, but they're all at it now. Look, I don't know what this is. Look, I'm even looking at, man, what's his name for United? Fernandez. That's where they're getting that from. Like, but you know, I'm looking at him down there. He missed a penalty. They were playing last week in the Premier League, and he missed a penalty. Palace, what? No, West Brom.
Yeah.
He missed a penalty, and then he doing the same thing again, the same little skip and jump. And I'm like, holy lamb of Jesus, like, just put your foot through it like a normal penalty. You know, and look, it shows you tonight, Chris Shields, no messing about. Normal penalty, I would have put my life on him to score now, in fairness. Yeah. But what I'm saying, that's the difference. I think, I'm not a fan of it now. I want them to put their foot through the ball and just bury it if you can, like. But, like I said, there's a lot of pressure on as well. So, you know, it takes bottle to do that. Like, if that little skip and jump came off, you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at players, and it shows in the league. We're lacking someone to put the ball in the net. I know Jack Bourne scored a lot of goals this year, but in general, even in the midfield, we're lacking goal scorers everywhere. But I do, like I'm saying, that's the reason I'm going back to it all the time, is because it's relating to the games. We're looking at these games, and the games are nil. We're not scoring a lot of goals. And in fairness to teams, like, there was a lot of chances in that Derry and Sligo game, but it's putting the ball in the net is the question. Every team needs one of them players. I don't think any team has one yet. I'm praying Pats get one now, but you know.
No, it's huge. Like, before we go into it, actually, you know what? We'll move on to Shamrock Rovers and Sligo Rovers in the Cup semi-final, 2:00 on Sunday. But it kind of leads into the fact that Shamrock Rovers do have quite a few players that can put the ball in the net. Keen.
Yeah.
Like your Jack Burns, your Aaron Greens will score his fair share. Graham Burke and Aaron McAniff, they'll all score goals, won't they?
Yeah, they'll score goals, but like Rovers won the league, so who am I to question them? What I'm saying is we're not consistently scoring goals. Like, Jack Bourne probably half consistently scoring goals, if you know what I'm trying to say.
You've got one man who's just going to shoot the lights out, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, no,
but with Rovers, Shamrock Rovers are lucky that they do have guys that share the load.
That's it. It was the same. It was the same in all the good teams we've seen. I think probably Dundalk. No, sorry, it would have been Sligo when they won the league with Danny North and Mark Quigley. I think they were the last team to win the league that, like, really depended on the main men up front. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think, like, Paddy Houben, obviously, but Dundalk didn't only rely on him. They had Darryl Horgan in the early years. They had Michael Duffy, McElhenney, you know what I mean? But I think Sligo was probably the only team that really relied on Mark Quigley and Danny North scoring goals. But with this Rovers team, there's goals everywhere, really. Like I said, so I'm not doing it consistently enough each week. But I think Aaron Green might bang a few. I I think obviously you have Jack Bourne, there's some serious quality in that side. Just looking, considering the other night, and especially being in Tala as well.
That plays into it as well. The Sligo after having an extra time, 120-minute game, and Shamrock Rovers have been able to maybe prepare better for the game. Sligo will get a day off and all that kind of stuff as well.
In saying that, Sligo won't be complaining. If they lost the other night, their season was over, so they won't care. They want to be in this game, and they're delighted to be there. They're proud to be there. Like, this is not, they're not here to make up the numbers. It's going to be a tight game, of no question about it. I think
a few weeks ago 4-0, and I think they'll want to put that right, because that was poor for them. This
is where Liam Buckley comes into it. Liam sets up to win. Like I said, time and time again, Liam sets up to win. Like, I've gone to games for Pats and Liam players just change plays. Like, there's times like I said it before, I think we got beaten 6 or 7, but we went up to Dundalk with Sam Verdon, Graham Kelly, and Pat Craig in the middle, and we went to win the game. Like, and it was literally all hell for leather. Like, it was just go for it. Like, but that's Liam's way of playing. Now, I'm saying Liam, people would say he doesn't have the players for that, but this, like, considering the players, let's say, he had when Pat's 2013 to 15 or whatever, you know what I mean? The quality of player. But they all seem to be gone now, they're gone past it now. Like, but they're still gonna set up. He's still gonna set up to win the game, so it's gonna be a tightly contested game.
How does he win it though? Like, does he tweak it somehow? Does he have to sit
back
20 minutes?
Liam won't tweak it. Liam doesn't tweak it. I've known Liam now.
Do you think it could be to the detriment of Shamrock or of Sligo Rovers in this game though?
No, I think Liam, the way Liam sets up and the way he plays, I don't want to be giving all the secrets away just in case there's any Rovers people listening. But I love the way Liam, everything's coming down the right hand side, and it's all about getting that ball into, I was going to say Chris Forster on the left, but it's all about getting that ball into Junior and getting them in the advanced stages of the pitch, and it's all about that build-up play from the fullbacks. That's really where it starts, and I think Liam, he's building something here. I think he's done really well last year. He got to the semi-final of the cup with the squad he had. I think this year he's got European football, hopefully. Once Athlone don't win the cup, basically. He's got European football. There's going to be a few bob coming in now. So maybe
signed up for next season as well.
Yeah, a lot of players, which I like to see. I love, like I said, you look at Drogheda now signing players. I know they'll add some experience, but I like a loyal manager. Liam's as loyal as it comes. Like, every player that plays for Liam's like their son until you fall out with him. But I genuinely, I love the loyalty Liam shows for his players. I love the freedom he gives to his players, and this is the difference. I really do think it'll be a contested game. Rovers are not going to have it all their own way. This isn't a league game here. This is a cup game. It's a one-off game. Sligo don't want to be going home on Sunday with their season over. They want to be booking their place in the final. And this game now is the one I'm looking forward to, and I'm glad it's the early one.
Yeah, same here. I have to say, though, it's hard to go against Shamrock Rovers. I was going to say Sligo. It's hard to go against Shamrock Rovers in this one, isn't it, to be fair? Just for a start, you can talk about tactics and all this kind of thing, but they've better players. It's very simple in that kind of way as well. Bradley will know all about Buckley. He'll know how he's going to set up. He'll know how he wants to play. And so will Buckley know about Bradley. But I don't think it'll be 4-0 like it was in the league game a few weeks ago. I think Shamrock Rovers will win this 2-1 for me, I think.
I'm gonna go with a shock 1-0 Pats or 1-0 Sligo.
That would be a shock, Cian. That would be a shock. That would be a shock.
No, I'm gonna go for a 1-0 Sligo here. I just think Liam has what it takes. He's no fool. He's been around the block, and this is a one-off game for them. And who knows? I'm gonna go Sligo, and if Sligo win I think these semi-finals are huge because the chance of winning a cup in a one-off game is fantastic. And teams would say they haven't really done a lot to get to this stage. So this is.
You still have to beat the best teams, Keane, don't you?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, look, they played what? See, I'm only giving out. I'm only giving out because Pat's lost in the fourth round. But you know what I'm saying? These teams haven't done a lot to get here.
Yeah.
So these would be looking at it as a real chance. Like and I don't tell you now. I'm gonna go for Sligo 1-0 here.
Sligo 1-0. You never know. Athlone and Dundalk. What an occasion this was for Athlone. 7-5 on Sunday. This one. Entertaining the champions or the previous champions, Athlone. Great win against Shelbourne to win 4-0. Dundalk come into this one after playing Rapid Vienna the other night. Any chance of a shock here?
By all means, yes, there is a chance of a shock. Athlone aren't here to make up the numbers. I think they showed that against Shelbourne. I think they can use that to their advantage now. But anyone that thinks Dundalk aren't favourites here needs to give their heads a wobble. Like people are saying Athlone will win this. It's not going to be as straightforward as that. I don't think it's going to be easy for Dundalk, by no means. I think we've seen Dundalk struggle against. I would say I'm looking at the Cove game. I watched the back. I watched the back on last night. The night before I watched the back. Don't ask me why.
I remember, Keane. Cove had some good chances in that game.
Cove had good chances, but what they did was they sat deep. They invited Dundalk onto them, and we've seen it against Finn Harps as well in Oriel Park when Dundalk just can't break a team down. I think Pat's they played Pat sat in for the time, and then when Pat went and had a go at them, like Cove Ramblers went and had a go at them in that few times, they got chances. They created chances, and I think that's Athlone's best way of winning this here.
You think Athlone should sit back at the beginning anyway?
I don't mean sit back.
Because they didn't do that against Shelbourne, to be fair, didn't they? They actually did go with Shelbourne, didn't they?
I think Athlone need to realise the quality they're playing. This Dundalk side is a million times better than just Shelbourne team. Well, a little bit. Shells are up there now with Clarkey signing for them. I'll give them that. But I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna say that the best way of winning this, if they can do it at Athlone, will be to sit in their own half. I'm not saying on the edge of the box. I'm saying put the pressure on in your own half, in the medium block, and just let Dundalk break you down. Do the hard work. Look the pace they have. Gartland. I was looking at the team tonight, saying, I was looking at Gartland. I'm looking at Sean Hoare, who's possibly going to play this game now. Now, I'm saying that now, but we've actually seen with Filippo for some reason, he's kind of picked the exact same team that played in the Europa League on the following Sunday. So you don't know, but I'm guessing Gartland might play. Look, Dean George, he has some serious pace. Athlone has some really fast players. Dundalk are going to play with that 5 at the back. Now, I'm saying 5, mainly 3 and 2 wing backs. But, I genuinely think that they have the pace. Look, Dundalk, there's no question about it. Man for man, paper, on the pen for paper, I'm looking at it, I'm saying they have the best side. They have, they should win this game. But I'm looking at avenues now. I'm identifying where Athlone can win this. And I'm saying these channels between the wing back and the right or left centre half, and then Dean George running straight through the middle with Gartland, and they're avenues that they can attack. Obviously, it'll help if it do it is up front, but the fella will score a hat trick now. But I genuinely think it'd be very tough for Athlone to get out now of it. But if that's how they're gonna set up, I think that's giving them the best chance of winning it.
And the other thing is, I have to say, Keane, is the fact that they are an extremely young side, naive in many ways. Sometimes when you're like that in these kind of games, it can go two ways, obviously, but it can help you a little bit as well, can't it?
Yeah, look, there's no question. These players are going to be buzzing for this. They're not going to be sleeping Friday, Saturday night. They're just going to be geared up for this game, like, and I'd say the mood around the camp is just unbelievable at this minute in time. And look, long may it continue. I'd love nothing more than Athlone winning. I really, really would. I don't want to sound bad, but if they're gonna win the cup, I'd rather than win it this year, considering fans and stuff like that not going to the cup final, because I think it'd be a little bit of a disaster from the FAI's point of view if an Athlone got to a cup final and all. No, I'm not putting them down. What I'm saying is, look, it'd be fantastic for the people of Athlone and stuff like that, but people want the spectacle. And a Shamrock Rovers, a Dundalk. I wouldn't even call Pats a spectacle, to be honest with you. I really wouldn't, and that's being genuine. I wouldn't call Pats a spectacle. I think Bowles, Dundalk, Cork could definitely be a spectacle because they bring the crowds, stuff like that. Now that's me. Like I said, I'm putting Pats down there as well. I'm not just saying.
Point of view, I know what you mean. A Dundalk Shamrock Rovers final, like, you know, they played each other in the final last year as well. Dundalk have had a poor season. If they got to the final against Rovers, they're the only team a lot of people would see beating Rovers because they've got big players on the day. There's no doubt that I'm not saying Sligo can't beat Shamrock Rovers.
Sligo bring a big crowd as well now. Yeah,
that's true. Actually, massive crowd, but. You know, you're still talking about the best two teams in the league with Dundalk as well, player-wise, I feel, even though they haven't finished second. So you can understand that point of view. If I'm an Athlone fan, however, I'm thinking, like, you know, if we got the final here and beat Dundalk, this would be sensational. And it'd be great for the town, it'd be great for the future of the club. And the main thing for them is under Carberry is to try and build and keep a lot of those young players if they can for the next season, like other clubs are doing.
I think they will. Like I think they will give a great account of themselves, of no doubt. Like I said, they're relishing this chance now. This is their opportunity.
Everything to lose here as well.
They have earned. No, Athlone have earned their right to be here. They've beaten a really good Shelbourne side. They beat
Wexford. Was a brilliant game.
Wexford, wasn't it? That was the cracker of a game with all the goals, wasn't it? You know, so they've come out. They've come out with two really good games there with two massive wins. You know, they win this and all of a sudden they're in the final of the cup, like. And you know, I think it's a tasty one now. And you know, I don't know why. I don't know what the reason behind it was. It used to always be a double header on RTA, the cup games. It used to always be the early one and then the one straight on afterwards.
Big gap for some reason.
Yeah, there's a big gap. Look, just speaking of Dundalk, I remember the cup semi-final spectacle there when Rovers played Sligo, and I remember that semi-final. Then they went up for Dundalk and dropped it in United Park. Do you remember that one? And Stephen Kenny was moaning there. But no, like that, you know, that they were great spectacles. Like I was actually at that game, but they're great spectacles to watch. And you know, I think it would have been nice if it was a double header, especially like considering, like, I know for a fact you'd look at the crowd in Tala Stadium now on Sunday, you know, and you'd look at the crowd that the Dundalk game would have, and you know, it's a shame that we're talking about it with no fans. And you know, I think the cup final is going to be a little bit depressing because, you know, like I says, we can't go as fans. Now we go. I tell you now, I don't enjoy buying me ticket in Ticketmaster. I love going down to my own club, getting a ticket for the singing section. You're going in to watch your club playing the final, but you know, it's a day out, and it's a day out for everyone in the league. You know, not only things like I said, you go up, you see managers, you see players, you see everybody up there, and you know, it's
like, I think last year record crowd or something, or something. Yeah, as well. I was there as well, and
every year it was building and building and building. Now, what I'm saying is, I do think we're going to have a surge in attendances when we can go back to normal. I think people will. I'm not going to say huge, but I'm going to say like first day of the season attendances. Put it that way.
For a while, longer. Yeah.
Because I genuinely think people now, because that privilege of going down whenever they wanted is gone. I think people will start coming down again, and people will start supporting their club again because they couldn't, basically. Like, it's literally like saying, don't touch that there. Because I said that, you just want to touch it so much. Do you know what I mean? So that's what it's like. If I'm telling you, here, touch that, the novelty wears off. Do you know what I mean?
No, absolutely. That's
So
100%.
I know it's something that I'm looking forward to when that does come around, whenever that may be. But there's going to be big. This is going to be a big weekend for you. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, same here. Look, guys, like, subscribe, and let us know what you think in the comments. Brilliant stuff. Let us know your predictions as well. Thanks, Keen.
Good man, thanks.